I like to take a moment for everybody to close their eyes. Put your hands in the air if you like the change and one or more think about your body. It doesn't matter how small it is, just be honest and bear with me for a moment. Open your eyes and take a look around. All of you have just validated this talk that I'm doing. All of you, mix of age, genders, ethnicities, and backgrounds, have this one thing in common, and it's the way of you, yourself. My name is Hannah, I'm 19, and I share that thing in common with you. I'm not going to stand here and pretend that I don't look at people in magazines and think I quite like to look like that, because contrary to popular belief, just because I'm slim doesn't mean I love my body. Just like everybody else, I like to talk about like these ideas that we trust upon young people and how that in turn can affect them growing up. And the other day, I had some young children talking. I guess their age at around about 9, and they were talking about what do you want to be when they grow up. And one of them said that when the other one, I want to be skinny with the big boobs. At age 9, was what was going through their mind. I like to think that age 9 and I will say I want to be an astronaut and ballerina or something else that I'm really not right now. And how a look didn't really come into play. Like how it's that going to start manifesting itself by the time maybe to the teenagers. If they are already fixed with at age 9. I mean, because when you're a teenager, all you want to do is fit in. But when did fit in become conforming to the diet world, society ideals of a woman is a worm with a knitted waist, big boobs, and a big bum. Not too big of a bum, because ladies that causes problems. If you're a man, you have to be tall, avoid shortness at all costs because we quite clearly pick our height. You have to have a toned arm. It's essential. Now that we have this cleared up, allow us to continue. For started, I have the praise be a woman. I don't even know if it's the right or more. I just don't understand the point of it. We praise from the rooftop that everybody a woman is curvaceous and confident in her own body. Yet the ones we see in magazines or all nip tuck and average within an inch for of their life. I mean, why are we feeling about these findable terms? And what actually are we supposed to be? I'm 5'6" and in still tanned. I've got a washboard top off and bottom half that's a little bit bigger. But born of the media, I'm just not real boomed because I don't believe in dieting or detoxing or and I'm not curvaceous. I don't have the budget to be able to apply a personal trainer. I have somebody eyebrows me when my skin isn't perfect. But you know what? I don't think I really want the budget to do that either. Saying this, 50% of teenager girls think that they have body image problems, and one third of them want to look like models and magazines. I mean, if this are rather like in teenagers, how can we expect our grow up to be both physically and mentally healthy adults? Were my search and such toxic ideals on them? I mean, some of the thing you read in magazines, they don't even make sense. Like, what do they mean? What is pre-toxing? Apparently, for all of you also wondering, it is preparing your body to process natural toxin. And here's me thinking mine could do all by itself without ridiculous expensive drink to help it. Now, let's take a view more. Look at a view more. Absurd diets, the long breath diets. Spend 2 minutes free day, taking deep breath while as stands in various muscles. Apparently, you can lose 2 zone in 7 weeks with it. It's a little unbelievable. Apparently, it's possible. The Atkins diet goodbye carbs. Despite them being one of your main food groups, apparently don't need them losing weight better apparently. The M diet replaced one meal and day with a mushroom-based diet. Lose pounds while 7 pounds, and apparently it can also consume your boobs just in case of concern of other going extinct. The lemonade syrup diet, not solid food for 2 weeks, and surprisingly, you lose weight by not having solid food for 2 weeks. They eat only when naked in front of the mirror. Also surprising that make you lose weight because everybody wants to see themselves eating whilst naked. When did eating become such an antisocial activity? What happened to have been a sociable time to catch up with your friends or a way to will your body? We're just now making it the enemy. Why is food the enemy? It will be easy for me to stand here as a woman and act all hard and buy and say that we have it harder. But let's be honest, it becoming much more actual. The search in the idea of a metrosexual has made it much more harder for men just like women. I mean, we did ask for equality, didn't wait, and one third of men would give an entire year as their life just to have the perfect body. What I'm trying to say is body image doesn't discriminate. It's a conflict that evac all of us is society, and we're feeling it start focusing on how to change this. I mean, there's apparently to surgery that can fix everything about your body. There mammoplasty, zerbo classes with labioplasty, rhinoplasty, everyoplasty. There's a plasty of everything. So call fix thing or more often not the thing we're fixing or just agents we're going to get out. So we may as well just do it. What can we do about this problem? Teach media literacy in schools. I mean, technology is amazing nowadays. But you need to teach young people that these beautiful men and women we see in magazines more often than not don't actually look like that. They change so much so they don't even resemble what they did beforehand. If you have the power to influence the mind of young people, be careful what you say. I mean, success should not be linked to how they look. I mean, really is the most exciting thing you can find to talk about which lovely chains are lose a few pounds. I mean, who really cares about talk politics, talk success, talk ambitions, talk dream, talk healthy? Don't talk about this extreme diet. Nobody actually cares about it. All of this body talk is true about like it really matter that much. Like it's the road to success. Place your children and peers on the successes personal achievement, and their independence. Now, their ability to set our giant a few pounds to fit into that size zero. Teach them be strong, healthy influence of the future. Teach them find an achievable goal by looking in the mirror and finding a young person with a bright future.